Lola has 3 feet of ribbon. She needs to cut the ribbon into 2.5-inch strips. How many 2.5-inch strips can she cut from the 3-foot ribbon? So right now I see I have feet and inches. I need to convert them to the same thing. I need to see how many feet are in inches. I know there is 1 foot has 12 inches. So this is foot and inches. So 3 feet has how many inches? 3 times 3. So I am working with 36 inches. So I am going to take 36 and divide it by 2 1/2. First I need to put 2 1/2 into an improper fraction. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, and 5 over 2. So this is going to be 36 over 1, and I keep, change to multiplication, and flip 2 over 5. I multiply by the reciprocal. So now 36 times 2 12, carry my 1, 6 is 72. 1 times 5 is 5. So now I have 72 over 5. This is an improper fraction, so I'm going to divide. 72 divided by 5. 5 will go into 7 one time. 1 times 5 is 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. Bring down my 2. 5 will go into 22 4 times. This is going to be 20. 4 times 5 is 22. So I have 14 2/5. So my answer is D, 14 2/5. Winston had 48 tokens to play in our game. He used 3/4 of his tokens to play video games, and 1/4 of the remaining tokens to play air hockey. How many tokens did he have left after playing these games? So he used 48 tokens, and he used 3/4 of them playing hockey. So that is a multiplication. I am going to look diagonal and see what can 48 and 4. What numbers can go into both of those? I believe 4 can go into both of those. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 48 divided by 4 is 12. Now I can multiply directly across. 12 times 3 is 36. 1 times 1 is 1. So we have 36 tokens left after he played the video games. Now, the second step is he used 1/4 of these tokens to play air hockey. So 1/4 of 36 is a multiplication problem. So 36 over 1 times 1 over 4. I can cross simplify. 4 will go into 4 one time. And I can divide by 4 over here too. 36 divided by 4 is 9. So I have 9 times 1 is 9. 1 times 1 is 1. So I have 9. So my answer is A. 9 tokens left. Which expression below will produce a product that is greater than both its factors? Half of 3 is 1.5. That is not greater than this is not greater than 3 or a half. 8 over 15. This is not greater than any one of these. This is going to be 6/8 because 8 over 8 is equal to 1 whole. So this is not greater than anything. Here I'm multiplying by 3 times. If you just think 3 times 1 is 3, and then you multiply half by half, half by 1/4. So my answer is D. And you can check that out. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7 over 2. 1 times 4 is 4, plus 1 is 5 over 4. So I'm going to get 35 over 8. 35 divided by 8. 8 will go into 35 4 times. 4 times 8 is 32. 3/8. 4 and 3/8 is bigger than both of these. Here, I'm going from here to here, -5. So I have a group of -5. Group of -5, a group of -5. So I have 3 groups of -5, and that is my answer, A. 3 groups of -5. The equation best describes the relationship between x and y in the table. How am I going from here to here? Here to here. So we can go ahead and look at these. If I put 3 minus 2 equals 1, that is not correct. So it's not this one. 2/3 times 3 equals 2. So this one, it does work. So let's see if it works with the other one. 2/3 times 5. So it would be 5 over 1. I will get 10 over 3. Because 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 1 is 3. 10 divided by 3. I get 1 and 1/3. So that is correct. So it looks like my answer is going to be B. Which answer choice correctly represents the relationship between 2/3 divided by 1/8 and 2/3 times 1/8? So I know when I am dividing, I'm going to do 2/3 times, because I keep change it to multiplication and I flip it, 8 over 1. So I get the same thing when I use the multiplication. So these are equal. No, there's not one greater than. Because I just, so my answer is D, because they are equal, because we keep, change, flip. Katie started daily walks. The first week she walked 1/4 of a mile each day. The second week she walked half a mile each day. She increased the distance walking each day by 1/4 of a mile until she reached her goal of 3 miles. How many weeks did it take her to reach her goal of walking 3 miles per day? So here she started off with 1/4 and then 1/2. Then it should be 3/4 and then it should be 1. So this is week 1, week 2, or day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. So this is 4 days. So she does the same thing again she's going to get another 4 days. 5, 6, 7, 8, and that will be 2 miles. Then 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. This will be 3 miles. So it will take her 12 days. The total dinner bill for 5 people was $55.30. How much will each person pay if they share the cost equally? So they are dividing this. This is $55.30 divided by 5. I'm going to bring my decimal straight up. 5 will go into 55 5 times. 5 will not go into 3. So I'm going to just bring my 0 down. Now 5 will go into 30 6 times. So my answer is D. Number 9. Which expression is represented by the model below? So I'm starting off with a -5. And I'm going this way, so I am adding. And I'm adding 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm adding 4. That my answer is B. Which of the following expressions is equivalent to -2 divided by 4? When I do -2 divided by 4, add a 0, bring it up, I get decimal -5. When I subtract these two, change the sign, I get -2. -2 divided by -2, I'm going to get a positive number. -2 times -4, I'm going to get -8. 2 divided by -4, I get -5. So my answer is D.